Hi friends, welcome to Pulsar. So as per the yesterday's High Court order, it is confirmed that before 31st of the October 2021, the results have to be released by the recruitment board. It means, as per my expectation and guesswork, I believe that the examination would be in the second week or first week, mostly second week I am expecting, the second week of October. So you have to consider for your preparation only 20 to 25 days time in your hands, not more than that. So I want to give you some tips how to use books which you all have purchased, the 2 volumes which I have prepared as per the latest notification. So the first foremost point here is you have only 20 to 25 days in hands. Okay, so in this short term you have to cover the entire syllabus. Okay, so you have to sit at least 12 to 16 hours in a day. So my advice to you all here is, leave all worldly things, be with books, prepare thoroughly, gain knowledge, then give the best. As per the syllabus, you have IPC, CRPC, EA, Constitution, pleadings and draftings, and criminal rules of practice. So this is the area where you have to master. So criminal rules of practice, you just have an idea, glance, because in our material these important rules were already covered in the question and answer format of CRPC and Indian Evidence Act. So you need not to specifically focus on criminal rules of practice, right? But you have to give much time for the remaining subjects, that is IPC, CRPC, evidence, constitution and pleadings and draftings. Okay, for both mains and objective. Objective is from only this part. Okay, and the entire for descriptive. Altogether you have 53 minor acts. The most important topic, negative marking. Okay, in this objective MCQs exam. So negative marking is there. So for this negative marking, you have to be very thorough with, very thorough. Only you know the answer, then only you mark it. Otherwise just ignore it. If you are doubtful about 2 options also, even then you leave it, don't touch it. Okay, negative marking means, see, you were asked for 200 and multiple choice questions for only 100 marks. It means each question carries 50% of mark. Okay, half mark. Then suppose, for example, if you answered 8 multiple choice correctly, you will get 4 marks. If you have answered 8 bits wrongly, your 2 marks will be minused. Okay, out of the 4 marks you earned. So for your 16 bits, you will get only 2 marks. So to avoid this, you have to hold your emotion. Okay, that is, if you are doubtful about the option, don't attempt it, just leave it. Okay, so stop yourself here only. If you are very much sure about the answer given in the 4 options, then only you write it, mark it, otherwise leave it. That is the only way to get rid of this negative marking. Okay, so please be attentive in the question paper. Don't be hurry. Read the question paper. Read the question given twice or thrice. Take your time. Have a proper plan. First of all, out of 200, you read the paper. Once you are going through with the question paper, if you find a question which you are 100% sure of the option answer, then you mark it. Likewise, how many answers are there, you keep it aside. Okay, I mean to say, attempt only those questions in the first round only you are very much sure of. Okay, likewise, if you have answered out of 100, there are 80 or 90 right answers, put them aside. Okay, mark it first. In the second round, you come again. Read it once again. You will recollect some points because you have seen all mobile application videos and you have taken guidance from Pulsar Institute or other institutions. So many gurus have guided you. Take their advices, recollect their voice, what they have spoken about this particular point. Okay, you might have gone to any other institutions also. Whoever the guru is, respect him. Okay, first bow before him. In your mind itself, recollect his words, recollect his voice, from whom you have received this subject. You recollect it and then try to connect his words to the question given there and give the best. Okay, this you have to give only few questions, not all. Okay, I mean to say here is only those questions which you are very much sure of, you first answer. Where if you are in a conflict or if you forgot, right, if you didn't get any signal from your mind relating to what is the right answer, then wait, take a pause, keep that answer aside, question aside, go back or move on to next question. Then you see at the end, you may get an answer. Then if you feel that, if you believe that that answer is right, then you attempt. Otherwise, just leave it. Okay. So to my expectation, paper would be little tough, not so extremely tough. So because you people are in preparation from past 3 months, so and the syllabus is already, you have an abundant knowledge about the syllabus, so nothing new to you. A few acts are very new, but still that doesn't give you much weightage. So be focused and give much attention to Indian Constitution. I have prepared a video last year, the important areas for from Constitution for Assistant Public Prosecutor recruitment and also District Judge recruitment. That link also will be added in this. You please see that. And I have given so much of information in that video. There is a notes in it, in the video also, which I have written on the board. You please make a note of it, because the sources of the Indian Constitution are very important. You may get a question. Okay, and the recent amendments, and the other part is from Indian Constitution. You have to be thorough with the preamble, fundamental rights, duties, DPSP, Direct to Principles of State Policy. And apart from that, Articles 13 and 12, both are very important. You please read it, make a note of it. Of course, all that note is available in our material itself. You can go through with that silently. And next important point is doctrines and landmark cases. I have given all that notes in that video. It is available in the YouTube itself. Please go through with it. You will get that information. Make a note of it and follow it. Okay, and I am sure from that video, from that Constitution area, you will get at least 20 objectives, because I have thoroughly all the, not only our Telangana and Andhra Pradesh state recruitment boards, but I have seen the entire All India's other state Assistant Public Prosecutors, District Judges question papers, and then I have taken it out, the important gist out of it, and I have presented in that video. So it will help you a lot. You please see it. It will certainly help you. That is what for constitution. And IPC, CRPC, evidence, the notes, ready-made notes, one-liners are there, landmark cases are there, and only go through with the landmark cases which are available in our notes. And okay, past 4 years landmark cases from these subjects, that is IPC, CRPC, evidence, what are the latest landmark or trend-setting case laws have given or observed by the high courts. You please make note of it. Coming to the next important part for descriptive exam, that is pleadings and draftings. In the notification itself, they have mentioned that special emphasis will be given for pleadings and draftings for the descriptive exam. So, you please practice at least 20 forms of draftings and practice now onwards. You have abundant time, don't worry, you have abundant time. Sit for an hour, give 1 hour time for pleadings and draftings every day. Within a span of 1 hour, you make at least 3 forms, like petition for bail, it's counter, and 311 petition, and withdrawal of prosecution petitions, and bail petitions before sessions court, bail petitions before magistrate courts, anticipatory bail petitions, wakalatnama, how the format of FIR will be, how the format of charge sheet will be, and what is the format for written statement and what is the format for written arguments by either of both the parties, petition filing for allowing the document, or return of property applications, and postmortem report pro formas, and appeal grounds, the most important point. As a duty of one of the most for duty of the public prosecutor is whenever there is an acquittal or when you feel that the imprisonment given by the trial court is insufficient to the accused. So in these 2 grounds you can prefer an appeal, right? So you please see all these pro formas were given in your volume 1 book. At least spend 1 hour only for draftings and pleadings. Okay, I have given the abundant material in the volume 1 pertaining to pleadings and draftings. So please focus on it. Practice at least 3 in a day. See it and write it, read it and write without seeing it. So do for 1 hour, that would be sufficient for pleadings and draftings. Okay, you please try to understand and grab the terminology or vocabulary used in that model of form, okay, or a drafting model. The main important focused points to get the document done or to write a petition are, first of all, you must know what purpose you want to file a petition before the court. That you must know. Okay, that is a planning. Okay, and for under what circumstances or what is such a circumstance which leading you to file this petition, you have to explain that particular fact in the document. Okay, and what are the thoughts you are getting to prepare that draft? You have to make a sketch in the mind. Okay, that sketch, the rough space will be given in the answer sheet. You mention that all your thoughts in a simple format. Okay, 2-3 thoughts you will get, that thoughts you write there in the rough space. Then analyze each thought. Okay, and then recheck it. Analyze means here, if you get a thought like this, so filing the bail petition, he is the only bread earner. Without him, his family cannot survive. And he is not connected with the facts of the case. So these are the general minimal steps you will file for a bail petition, right? So once you get all these thoughts in your mind, you mark a small points in the rough space. Then in the draftings, you analyze each point, simplify it, then recheck it. Once again read. You will get some spelling mistakes or any kind of mistakes. So you correct them and finish it off. Okay, and before this, at the time of writing, analyzing, at the time of analyzing each of your thought of about the facts of steps, you leave some space between word to word, so that at the time of rechecking, if you feel that some more point need to be added, okay, you can add there. Or if you feel that some mistake is there, you strike it off that mistake and write beside or top in the pleadings. So use these techniques and you can master this with pleadings and draftings. Not a big deal, just you practice, okay, that would be sufficient. 1 hour for pleadings and draftings is sufficient, and at least practice 3 daily in that 1 hour. Now what all I have just given you the inputs for descriptive examination. Okay, now I want to give you some inputs for objective examination. It's only my pure guesswork, and I have no connections, no interactions with any of the people who are connected to recruitment board. Only thing is, I love reading, I read books, and I fond of reading other states' recruitment board exams. I do still write exams. So I have that habit of guesswork. So what all the inputs I am giving here all are just my guesswork. So if mistakenly what are the bits I utter or what are the topics I utter, if they are in the question paper, don't feel that Lavanya madam knows the paper. I don't know the paper. I have no idea how the paper will be. But what all the inputs now I am giving to you are my guesswork. If you believe, receive it. If you don't believe, leave it, no problem. For objective exam of 200 bits, upon thorough reading of my previous papers or the other state exam patterns, what I felt that, I guess that at least 25 from IPC, 25 from CRPC, 25 from Indian Evidence Act, 25 from Constitution may ask. Okay, it means around 100 bits from these major acts they may ask. That I believe. That's one part. And the remaining 100 are from these 53 minor acts. Maybe 2 from each minor act, that would be suffice, right? So 2 from each minor act, I guess, right? So if some important acts like Prevention of Corruption Act, SC/ST Atrocities Act, Dowry Prohibition Act, Negotiable Instruments Act, and Limitation Act, there is a possibility of getting more questions from these areas, so focus on it, right? So these are the important things what I observed from the past papers. So I don't know how this paper will be. This is my guesswork. I'm repeating again, this is my guesswork. Next important point what I want to tell you here is, the most important point I would like to tell you is, see, out of this 53 minor acts, 15 are state acts, means local laws. 15 are state acts and 38 are central acts. And you be thorough with this 100 bits from this subject, that is major acts, okay, and from this 100 bits. So there is a negative marking, and preparing for major acts is very much easy comparing with preparing for 53 minor acts in this short span. So I advise you all, because there is a negative marking, and to avoid that negative marking, what I feel is you pick up 20 acts from this. Okay, pick up the 20 minor acts, master all the 20 acts. Don't leave not even one single point from that acts which you choose. Okay, so if the question is there from the remaining 18 acts, you leave it, don't spend time on it in the exam, because there is negative marking and you have very less time to prepare. So this is my guesswork. Okay, if you like, you can receive it or you can leave it, but this is what my strategy is. Okay, so if I am in your position, I'll do like this only, because I have very less time and I cannot cover all the entire syllabus. So, and there is a negative marking. So to avoid that negative marking, I prepare like this only. Next, I will read to such extent from any corner of that particular bare act, I will answer. this is 38 central acts. You prepare 20 or 25 acts if you have time, if you are already in the race of preparation, right? So master those per acts with a thorough skill. Try to remember those each and every point of the act. Then in whatever manner, if they ask the question, you must be in a position to answer it. Okay. So out of 100, if you get 60, 65, sufficient, I believe, because there is a number of postings and qualifying mark is also the minimal only, not so top. So you can master it if you follow these kind of tips. Coming to the state acts, because you are writing for this state, to know these 15 state acts. So don't leave one single subject. Read all acts of the state are must. Okay, read thoroughly. Don't leave this 15 bare acts of the state, Telangana states. Okay, so master all this. And out of this 38, what to be read, what to be ignored, it's up to you. But to my analysis, I just want to give you the names of the acts. If you want, you mark it. Okay, the important minor acts, where I have seen the questions from all other states are only that too for Assistant Public Prosecutor recruitment are Prevention of Corruption Act, SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities, Domestic Violence, Negotiable Instrument, Limitation, Dowry Prohibition, Information Technology Act, Right to Information Act, and Disaster Management, POCSO, National Securities, Delhi Special Police Act, Juvenile Justice Care and Protection, Epidemics Act, Protection of Civil Rights, Indecent Representation of Women, and Police Act, Child Marriage, Child Labor, and Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Banning Act. Unlawful Activities Prevention Act is equally important, but it's a very lengthy and each and every section is in depth. So giving much time for that, you can cover 3 acts which are small. So I felt like that. If you have time, you have already prepared, then fine. If you have time, go ahead. Okay. And the next one is Price Sheets and Money Circulation. Police Act, important act. NDP is also a very lengthy act, but still, if you have time, you can go through. So NDPS. So these are the few acts where you will get a sure question. Okay, and Criminal Amendment Act 2018 and 2013 were available in the Google. You can make it out, and in our material they are already covered. So you just follow that question and answer format. That's sufficient. And now going into the subject content of each and every act. Now you take a minor act. In that minor act, what are the areas you have to focus? Are the special definitions, if any, in that particular special act, and what are the special authorities which works under that act, and what is defined as offense in that act. The section deals with offense and what is the punishment for such offense, and is there any special court established under that act, and what is the procedure that special court follows or any other court follows, either it is CRPC or a special procedure given in that particular act itself, whether the offense is bailable or cognizable, non-bailable, and who is the appellate authority and appeal period. All these are the important areas you have to focus while preparing each and every minor act, either it is state or central. Okay, you need not to go into the how that officer must work, what are the duties and liabilities of the officer. You need not to focus much on it, but what is made as an offense in that act and who is going to deal that. What is the role of the police officer, whether they have a power to search, seize without warrant or not. You have to focus these areas while preparing for minor acts. Okay, coming to this evidence, CRPC and IPC. Read the table of content of each and every chapter, parts, section, its heading. Okay, you try to absorb that table of content. You will get a sure question only from the table of content. This section deals with this point mentioned under which section. These are all you can answer only reading table of content itself. Okay, so master table of contents, it's must. The next part, take out the landmark cases which are already available in our book. You just go through that and you make out past 4 years latest judgments. And this is an additional material to volume 2. Book contains papers, previous papers from 2007 to 2019. Okay, there are 5 exam papers in this which are asked by the recruitment boards. So it means 5 into 200, 1000 bits. 1000 bits are there in it. Okay, so you try to master all these 1000 bits. I have not made the key wantedly. Okay, because I want you to do the research and prepare a key for each and every bit in this. Once you do this research work of preparing a key by your own research of reading all the content, then it is more than a reading. Okay, you take 2 hours for this book. 1 hour for pleadings and draftings in a day. 2 hours for this book. In these 2 hours, you have to find out the key for 100 bits daily. Like this, 1000 bits in 10 days, you will finish it off. Okay, so before exam, you revise it. That would be sufficient. You try to master this book. This book will help you a lot. Helps you a lot. This is one. People who have not yet thorough with the subject, you do one more thing. Subscribe to mobile app, which contains all my recorded videos in that act, from each and every minor act and also this major acts, constitution also there. At least see that videos. Okay, all the subject is detailedly, elaborately explained in that. See that videos once or twice. That will insert it into your brain. Okay, that videos, revising the videos, seeing the videos will help you a lot. Okay, so see that and mark an important point in it. It will help you a lot. For 15 days, you take the mobile application. See it, make a note of it and try to recollect it later on what all your daily works. Okay, you will get an idea, you will get a confidence how to face the question paper, how to write it. Okay, and for descriptive exam, one more important key point I want to tell you is don't write spelling mistakes. This is my request. And write with a beautiful handwriting. Don't make the examiner or evaluator of your paper to get headache by seeing your answer sheet. Give a beautiful gift to him, okay, with a beautiful subject content. Don't harass him with your answers, with your ugly handwriting, with your spelling mistakes. This is my humble request. Give a proper presentation. Avoid spelling mistakes. Use a good quality of pen which is not leaking the ink. Okay, and give a word-to-word finger gap. That is equally important. So follow all these inputs. All these inputs will help you a lot. So I want to give you final key points. Pick up few minor acts. Master that all. That's one. And answer in the multiple choice questions. Answer those points which you are very much sure of. If you are in conflict, don't answer. Leave it. Okay. And the next part. For Constitution, IPC, CRPC evidence, major acts. Okay. Pick up the landmark cases which are in our material. One-liners and multiple choice questions are there. Descriptive questions are there. Take aid of that volume 1. And coming to pleadings and draftings, give at least 1 hour for pleadings and draftings in a day. 2 hours for previous exam papers. Okay. Schedule yourself. Schedule the timetable. Work according to the timetable. So I believe that these key points will help you. So stay focused. Have a good preparation. Have a great experience of exam. And I wish you good luck. Thank you.